Welcome to the clicker game tutorial made by LearnTube. Today we are going to learn how to make a very simple clicker game that could amaze your friends and amaze your family and give you fun time indeed. So without further ado, let's get right into the game. The first thing we are going to have to do is to delete this cat because we don't need it. Next, we're going to first need to make a backdrop before we start the game. So what you do is first click on stage, then go to backdrops. After that, we're going to rename this game begin. And then we are going to bring the square tool and we're going to have it something like any shade of yellow. And then we're going to select the whole entire thing. Awesome. Now we have our backdrop. We're going to need to add for it a title. So I click here, write Apple Clicker Game, and then do this. I'm going to change the color, that, and then I'm going to make it larger. Alright, after I have that, we have the background. So something else we're going to have to do is to make a code that says whenever the green flag is clicked, the backdrop is going to switch to this one. So we have the backdrop, we coded it. Now the next thing we're going to have to do is to make a play button. There are already default play buttons in the Scratch library, so I'm going to use one of those. Now you can go to costumes, and there will be two costumes, the orange one and the blue one. You can select whichever one you want. I'm going to select the blue one, so I'm gonna delete the other one. I am going to also rename it to play button, and I'm going to name the sprite itself play button as well. Now we're finished with that. The next thing we can do is give text to the button itself. So if I click here while I'm selecting the text button, I can open a text box and we're going to type in it something like play. And then deselect it, select the cursor tool, and make it bigger and centerize it in the middle of the button. After you're done with that, select the whole entire thing and centerize them all in the middle of the canvas. Now we have the play button, it is over there, but as you notice it's small, so what I can do is select the button and then go right over here, click Alt. Now I have that there, we have the play button here. Now do this piece of code that says when the green flag is clicked, the button is going to show, and if we bring the when this sprite is clicked, then we can do the hide. So once you press the button, the game is going to start and the button is going to hide. So let's run that real quick. It's very normal. Click on the button and it's going to hide. And whenever you click the green flag again, it's going to show. Amazing. Now, we need to make another one like this, but that switches the backdrop to the game. So when the sprite clicked, you can go back to backdrops, and then we're going to make another backdrop for while you're doing the game. So I'm going to draw one like that, and then during game. Awesome. So I click here, make it blue, something a little bit like that. Yeah, that looks nice. Now, what do I want to do? Well, we played this and then it's the clicker game. Now I want it to Whenever the sprite is clicked, the backdrop is going to switch to during game. So let's try that out. It's going to switch to the during game backdrop and the button is going to hide. The next thing we are going to have to do is to get the apple that we're going to be clicking. So you do that by opening the Scratch library and then clicking the apple. And there's the apple. Now, first we're going to need to make it bigger. So you go to costumes, full screen, select the apple, and then while you're zooming it up, press Alt. And there we go. Get back to the code, and there we have the apple. Now, for the code, we want it to vanish when we click the green flag. So, when green flag clicked, it's going to hide. And whenever the backdrop switches to during game, it is going to show. So, this part is done. Another part we have to code is to code a variable that increases when we click at it. So we're going to do that by getting the variable, and then we are going to do that by clicking variables and then naming it clicks for all sprites, and there it is. Next, we are going to make it a large readout, and we're going to place it in the middle with the apple. Oh, another thing, for the apple, we need to make it go to X and Y 0. Perfect. Now that is like this. So let's test it out. And as you see, the variable is still there. So how do you fix it? You go to variables, and whenever the green flag is clicked, the variable is going to hide. So let's try that now. Variable is not there. Once you click, the apple is there, but the variable did not appear. How do you solve this issue? By placing a show variable while you're doing here. So again, final test, play, and then it appears. Perfect. We have that done. Now, whenever I come to click, it does not increase. So how should I make it increase? Go to events. When the sprite is clicked, go back to variables, change clicks by 1. Done. Alright, let's check it out. You click play and then you keep clicking and it keeps increasing. Something you can do is giving it like an achievement. So once you hit, for example, the number 50, it gives you like congratulations for hitting 50. So how do you do that? Let's first drag this and go like clicks, then do whatever. So you go to control and place a forever loop and place a if then inside, and then place this inside. If clicks equal 50, then, and then you could make for example, show this sprite. So we can make, for example, a sprite like this. Go to costumes, make a small little square, make it yellow, make it whatever color, no problem. There, give it a nice outline, and give it some good text. So, for example, congratulations for reaching 50 clicks. And then you could fix its position, make it a little bit smaller, and you can completely play with the settings. So, just something simple like this can do the job. Don't forget to centerize it what I do is grouping them and then centerizing it. Perfect. And we could make it, for example, like appear somewhere in here. And amazing. Show. Even better, you could replace the if then with a if then else statement. So if clicks equal 50, then it's going to show. If it does not equal 50, it's going to hide. So let's test this out. So play and just keep clicking and clicking like that.
One eternity later.
And once you reach 50, congratulations for reaching 50 clicks. You pass it by one and it hides. Amazing. If you would like, there is no limit because there is no limit for the amount of clicks you can get, so there is no limit for the amount of congratulations that you can make. I hope you learned something new. This was very fun teaching. Please make sure to subscribe if you think that I gave you any important value. See you next time.